All right, here we go.
Welcome.
First of the, what are we going to call this?
Vodcast.
Vodcast?
Yeah.
What are we going to call this? Well, we've been talking about this for about 6 months, and we decided we're going to call it the Gears and Beers Show.
Heck yeah.
Because we're going to talk about cars, obviously. You know, we're Chevrolet fans, but we're car fans in general. And then we're going to enjoy a beer throughout the show. So I think that's what we got to start with right now. Chris, would you bring over and throw my refrigerator there?
You bet. None other than the #1 rated IPA in the world, as rated by RateBeer.com. This is Two Hearted Ale by Bell's Brewery here in Michigan. Phenomenal IPA. If you like IPAs, it's also the same brewer who makes Hop Slam. Hop Slam.
Love Hop Slam. So, why is there a fish on the bottle?
Well, Two Hearted is the name of the river, a river up north.
There we go.
That's how they got their name for this beer.
Cool. You know this expired last November?
Yeah.
Oh no, that's when it's packaged. All right, let's crack it open.
Right?
Yeah. And as always, don't drink, don't drive.
We don't.
Go ahead and drink, but just don't drive. Be stupid about it. Cheers to our first show pilot, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Two Hearted here.
So the beers and gears to cheers to the beers and gears. Yeah. All right. I'm starting to really appreciate an IPA.
Love that taste. Real crisp, clean finish on that.
All right. So we got the beer part. Let's talk about the gears. We've been doing a podcast together for what? How many years?
Seven years.
7 years.
Forever.
We've been doing the Camaro Z28.com podcast. And a lot of times people would say, do a video version. And we're like, yeah, I don't know. So we kicked it around, and then we thought, well, let's just put something together. So this is it.
We had enough people saying, you know what? You guys need to do a video podcast. So we didn't want to do just another video podcast. We had to come up with something that's going to be a little bit more unique, I thought.
Something that we know. We know cars.
We know cars.
You know.
And we're starting to know beer.
Yeah.
We love beer. We enjoy beer.
Yeah. We're not like
love beer
lush as anything.
No.
We like to appreciate a fine beer. Bell's is good. I like Bell's.
Yeah.
I had yesterday I had their all day IPA.
Well, that's Founders.
Or yeah, for Founders.
Another Michigan
brewery.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, let's get talking about the car thing. Let's talk about the thing that's really in the buzz this time of year, and that's the 6th Gen Camaro.
Yep. Going to be brought back here to Michigan, the Grand River Assembly Plant in Lansing.
In Lansing, my old stomping ground.
Your old stomping ground. So we should be able to see some of these things in the streets soon, don't you think?
Gosh, I would think so. But then again,
I mean, it's getting close to us. Well, it is spring.
Well, if it's not going to be like a radical departure from the current 5th Gen, they may be sneaky like they did with the C5.
That's true.
And just keep the 5th Gen skin over the 6th Gen underpinnings.
Or we could see some crazy looking ATSs.
Do you remember back in the day when? Yeah, well, yeah, that's probably what it's going to be. It's going to be like an ATS that just doesn't look right at all.
Right.
But remember back in the day when they were testing a Camaro and they had a Trans Am front and a Camaro rear, and we call it the Transmaro or the. Yeah, that was pretty weird.
I remember you put that up on the website and people were like, "That's Photoshop. That's fake." And you even had the picture of the inside that said something like "airbag disabled" or something like that.
That was if it was photoshopped, I did a damn good job.
Yeah, you did. It's still up on the website too.
Yeah, and so if you're watching this and you don't know who the hell we are, before we did the Camaro Z28.com podcast, we did Camaro Z28.com. We're the original co-founders of it, and that went back to what, 96, 95?
96, yeah. Yeah, it's been a long time.
So, we need to get, if we're going to continue doing this, we need to get some special guests in here.
We could have them sit right up here. Right here. And turn around.
And just pop their head up and just say, hey, while you were thinking of that,
Well, how do you guys like the Debbler bar? I love it, man.
See, normally there's actually a mirror back. Well, yeah, I had to cover up some things, but see,
have a nice day.
There's actually a mirror back here, but it would look really screwy to see the camera in the mirror. So I pulled out one of my Chevrolet bow tie flags just to throw up there, so it wouldn't be goofy looking.
How old is that thing?
I probably had it for 10 years or so. It was. I used to fly it at the Michigan GM events.
That's right.
So it's been maybe longer than that.
Yeah.
But
Cool.
so you know, I really need to here. Oh.
In my head, man.
All right. Enough of that. So
Obviously,
what else can we talk
this is our
about?
pilot.
This is a pilot. Anybody who watched Pulp Fiction knows what a pilot is, because there's a description in that movie of what a pilot is. This is a pilot. This is a really crappy pilot.
There's a shows, and on those shows, what is it? What was it? Travolta said. Well, you do realize there's a TV, and on this thing the show shows or something like that.
Something like that.
Well, the pilot, yeah.
So if we do more of these, it's going to kind of follow the same format, where we crack open some fine beer,
Craft beer, not crap.
it might be crap.
Well, I mean, you never
It
know.
depends on what they think of it.
That's true.
And then we're going to talk about cars. How many cars you had?
Oh, jeez.
This is boring.
Yeah. Let's see, 2 Grand Nationals, 4 Camaros. 4 Camaros? 5 Camaros. 5 Camaros?
Well, you got your 93, your 95, your 2001,
right.
your 2002,
Right.
and then
My
and then
2010.
2010,
My 2012.
your 2012.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I've had 3. Have I had 3? I've had 3.
I only have 1.
You
Right
only
now.
have 1 now. I don't have
One
one
now.
right now. I'm in between Camaros. I'm waiting for that 6th gen to come out.
Yeah.
And we talked about it on the CamaroZ28.com podcast that was just recently
This is
released.
episode number 446.
Talk about this dream that I had where I went out and bought a ZL1. I don't think my wife would appreciate that very much. But
Wake the neighbors.
I used to. The guy that lives next door. Oh, man. When I crack open my 2010. Blah, 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 blah. He's like, it scares the crap out of me.
Oh, I love that beer.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Love it.
So if you get a chance to get some Bell's Two Hearted, and we pay for this, they don't send us this stuff for free
No.
yet. Bell's, if you're out there and you want to
Bell's.
send us some stuff, by all means, we'll accept it.
Right here. Right here. Bell's distributes, I think, to the left coast. So, Ohio, Pennsylvania, into New York, down south, I know in Florida, I think Indiana, that way. So mostly the left.
Like,
The left.
like,
the right.
like east
The right,
of
I'm sorry, the
Mississippi
right.
is really what
Yeah,
it is.
Basically, yeah. BellsBrewery.com, I believe, is their
What's that about?
website.
Bell's
here.
Beer.
Bell's Beer. Okay.
.com. What else do we want to talk about? See, this is like our first podcast. Our first podcast was just like
what the
this.
hell we're going to talk about. You know, how long are we going to make the show?
I don't know, probably
Hour and a half, 2 hours? How many beers are going to go through now? Till we're done with the beer?
an hour and a half later.
We
Like,
talk till we're done with the beer.
like, oh god, I can't drink any more beer.
Or we run out of what we want to say.
Well, we've already done that, 5 minutes
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
Ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
Those who used to visit Debbler's Bar knows this sound. Shot time! I haven't had a party down here in years.
Oh.
I used to have
It's
one maybe
long-
2, 3 in a summer.
long overdue.
2, 3. Yeah.
Long overdue.
Well, yeah, I don't know. The rest of it. See, what's on behind the camera is typical basement. It's got a bunch of crap in it.
Yeah. I wanted to bring up that picture again.
Which one?
The one we talked about on the podcast today.
Oh, the one with
wanna-
Mary Barrow?
Yeah, I want to bring that back up and I want to discuss this more.
All right. I'm trying to think if I got anything cool. While you're looking that up, vintage CamaroZ28.com lunchbox.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything in it. If there is, somebody put something in there. Jimmy Hoffa. There you go.
No kidding. Okay, so here we go. Here's the picture. Okay. This is what we were talking about in the podcast. I don't know if you guys can
It's
see
probably
this.
not going to show up too well, but it's probably not going to show up at all.
Probably not.
You need to
Try
have
showing
printouts.
anyways. But anyways, take a look at this here. Okay.
No, that's no
So we
accident.
got that there. And then this, which looks absolutely nothing like a Camaro. This here.
Well,
With
what
there.
about that on the left? That looks
That thing?
sort of, kind of like... You know, if you were to take like a current Malibu front end and stick it on a Camaro, that's what you'd get. So here's a great question: Is the next Camaro going to have more of the traditional? I don't know what they call it. I think they call it the bar, like, you know, where it's got the bar across the grill with a bow tie above it or somewhere near it, and then another opening, and then the headlights. Is it going to be like that, where it adopts? I mean, like the Chevy Traverse has had all the Chevrolet vehicles, even the trucks have it that way.
They do.
Is Camaro the only? Well, Corvette's kind of the exception, but is Camaro the only real passenger car that doesn't have that design to it?
The Volt.
Again, that's a special one. I mean, I think it kind of does, but it's just not as
prominent.
Yeah. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, do you think that the next Camaro, if they say it's going to be something that's evolutionary, not revolutionary, from the current generation Camaro, the front end is obviously the most polarizing part of the car because it's what you see, at least briefly, more so the taillights.
Unless you talk to some people, then the back end is the most polarizing thing.
Well, okay, front or rear. You know, what do you think? Is it going to be more traditional Chevrolet, or is it going to be more traditional to fifth gen uniqueness?
I think it's going to be more fifth gen uniqueness,
which does have a similar type design. It's just not quite as familiar.
Obviously, they're going to lose some weight because it's going to be on the ATS platform.
Speaking of which,
how many calories?
Yeah.
Usually IPAs are around 200 calories per bottle.
Well, good thing I got an elliptical right over there. And the next half hour will be us on the elliptical. Okay.
What was I saying?
I don't know. Losing some weight,
losing some weight.
Lighter and smaller.
It's going to be on the ATS platform, so it's going to be smaller. So,
and that'll make a lot of people happy.
I think so. The naysayers of the pig, the pig comments.
That Camaro's a fat pig. They're never gonna make it go fast.
Z28.
Z01.
There's no way that you can out-engineer weight.
Yeah, they'll find an excuse for anything.
Stilo is the word that we're looking for here.
Yeah, just insert stilo.
Insert stilo.
Oh gosh.
I'm excited.
Very excited.
We got about a year and a half to wait, we assume.
Yeah, we're figuring, so if this is going to be released as a 2016 model, then 2015 North American International Auto Show in Detroit, it'll probably debut.
About 10 months from now.
And then, like you said earlier today, probably out fall 2015.
That's what the assumption is.
Yeah.
And then I'll get one. Because by then we'll have sold one of my kidneys. Or my liver.
Now, the 5th gen was released. When did that come out? I think I took delivery of my car in May of 2009. End of May 2009.
That was a hell of a...
put it in, and we ordered our cars together.
Yep.
That was in, what was that? That was October, November of 2008, because we were the day we could order, we were there.
Yeah, considering that the Camaro concept was shown in like January of 2006,
Right.
That was probably the longest 2 years of my life.
That was very long.
And we're less than that away from the next gen Camaro, if we look at it that way.
I can imagine.
Well, I don't know. So, I guess create a channel on YouTube for this.
Channel.
You'll be able to leave your comments there. You can always shoot us an email at... I think we should probably stick to the public comments for this, so we don't get the messages mixed up. Yeah. So, leave your comments below. Tell us what you think of the show. Please share it with your friends. But let us know. I mean,
is this any good?
Should we keep doing this?
Yeah.
Just like our first podcast, it'll get better.
Rough. Yeah.
Our first... Go back and listen to CamaroZ28.com podcast number 1. It was just...
I'm trying to think of that address.
Just
it's
crappy.
It's cz28com.blogspot.com.
Yep.
Yep.
And you can go all the way back to the first one. First one was really rough.
2005 is when it came out.
That was before the 5th gen was really even thought of. So
Let's bring it up. Here we go. And the date was September 6, 2005. I wonder how long that episode was.
and it was probably about 9 minutes.
Yeah. I remember it being somewhat
So the point is
Short.
that this is just a rough start,
Yeah.
and your feedback and your comments help us
It's
determine
actually
whether
10
or not,
minutes and 43 seconds.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah.
Helps us determine whether or not it's going to go further. So if you like the CamaroZ28.com podcast and you're a loyal listener, hopefully you'll like what we're doing here. Maybe we'll start doing it once a
And
month,
if you like beer
once every couple weeks.
and you want to send us some, message us and we'll give you instructions on how to send it to us too.
Or if you like a good beer and you just have a suggestion of something that we should try that is available in the Detroit, Michigan area,
Yeah, 'cause
and you
not all
can't send it
beers-
to us.
Yeah, not all beers are unfortunately available all over the country. We need to change that.
Mm-hmm. So I guess we should probably wrap this up and
Okay.
go relax
Sounds good.
for a while and see you next time. Should there be one?
Cheers.
Cheers.
No takes. Do you want to get an iPad or anything?
Nah.
No.
I'll let you.
Pull shit up.
Yeah. All right. Are we ready?
Mm-hmm.